You said this is during the pandemic, something about like, I just don't know what I should be doing next. Like you just didn't quite know how to kick this up to the next level. So I said to her, well, we are going to create $1 million Ellie. And you were like, what? I'm like, yes, you are going to start to think like $1 million Ellie. What decisions would someone make if they were, we just, this the concept $1 million Ellie. Like how would we decide what to do next or what to think next if you were $1 million Ellie? And that is kind of how over the last, say, 6 months,
Mm-hmm.
we've really been talking. And then all of a sudden, you were $1 million Ellie, or you are $1 million Ellie. It's like, it
I
was
know.
amazing.
It's so crazy. I remember when you said $1 million Ellie, like I don't know why, but I kept thinking of like back in my childhood, like the Bionic Man. Wasn't there like $1 million Man, some show about
Yes,
that or
yes,
something? So
yes.
I was like, oh, I'm bionic and $1 million. But it's been I think that's been challenging to think of myself that way, but it does help to
Yes.
have a persona. But it gives me a lot more options of things that I can do to be supporting the women that I lock arms with. So I have so many options now, and I look at that as a positive. Where I think when we first started coaching together, I would have been like, I don't even. There's too much. This is too much. I can't do it.
Yes, you would have totally been that way.
Yes, and now I'm like, these are options, and so I can really put on my friend calls it my healthy blinders. Like that's a fun term. Like
Yeah.
my healthy
Yeah, that's a good
blinders.
one. I like that.
I know. I kind of thought that was good too. So how can I put on my healthy blinders for 15 minutes a day? That's doable, right? Everybody's
Yep.
got 15 minutes a day. So put on your healthy blinders, which means you are going to take that 15 minutes and you're going to just focus on one thing. Because we can get back to my planner issues.
Oh, yeah, you have planner
You're
issues.
going to focus on one thing. That's it. And you are going to stay in that lane no matter what. And you are going to accomplish that task. And then you're going to have these fantastic feelings of, feeling accomplished, feeling empowered. And that's really just going to continue to drive what you do. So, yeah, I love kind of thinking about those healthy blinders now. And I don't know, Andrea, you can tell them my issues with planners if you want.
Planner issues. So back to the healthy blinders though for 1 second. I think what when we start to think bigger, which is kind of what this $1 million LA concept is, you're thinking bigger. It opens the world up to a lot of choices. And you get to decide what things are going to look like. So I know we've had discussions about you guiding your team. What's that going to look like? Right. So there's and Ellie in a sense is um, both mentoring and managing and guiding and coaching. She's doing all that for the people on her team. So that could look like 1,000 different things. Right. So we've had to put on these healthy blinders and decide what it's going to look like for her. What's it going to look like for her? Then we've had discussions too about, well, all the people I'm dealing with, they're all different kinds of people. They all have different needs. Yeah, it's true. Everybody's unique, right? And they all do have different needs. But $1 million Ellie got to decide what she wants this to look like with everybody, not on a necessarily on an individual specific basis. And by doing that, she's seen she's she's seen these people under her flourish because it's
Yeah.
kind of given them putting a little bit more responsibility on their laps.
Yes.
She can't necessarily customize everything for every little person. And they've grown. That I like to say that she's giving them a gift because they have gotten to see that they are capable of way more than they thought. They can become $1 million whoever too. Right.
Yes. And
So
it's been very liberating to realize that, like, you don't have to be everything to everyone, that,
right.
people can figure this out and figure it out for
Yeah.
themselves and they can flourish because of that. And
Right.
in turn, it's a huge weight off of my chest that really didn't even need to be there.
Yes.
It's
It didn't
all,
need to be there, but somehow we in our brains we're like, well, like this is what I'm supposed to do, or this
yes.
is what I should do. And there is no should. There is no supposed to. You get to create all of that. That I think is the most freeing thing about Million Dollar Ellie, that you've gotten to create what you want to create in your
Yeah.
own world, in your own terms, and also in your own time.
It's been very liberating because I've got to create whatever I want to create, and it allows people to then have access to this information, and it's there for them, and they get to go and they get to choose, you know, what's already there for them, curate that, use it to the best of their abilities. And I don't know, I think what's great about working with you, Andrea, is that you could be the person that I tried to be, of like, oh, I want to be everything to everyone.